Hello world! WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. Now, I decided to do a little testing with my tree farm harvester thingamajig, and I've noticed something interesting. What I basically did was place two chests here, and saw what happened, and opened the chest. Realized that all of the birch saplings that were stocked in the logger or harvester spilled into this large chest. I'm not sure pretty much exactly what that is telling me, but it's pretty simple, saying that I'm going to have some sort of buffer to be able to manage all the saplings in the future. For now, I can just simply put all of these saplings in and it'll automatically harvest it and whatnot, and everything should be hunky-dory. I can't even speak it today. Anyways, I'll keep this going, and I'm going to make that rock cutter, which is going to require some of our diamonds. Of course, it's going to require 3, and we'll need a bit of steel to actually light our way this night. So let's see, 8 charcoal and 2 pieces of steel, or iron rather, and that will get all fixed and remedied and whatnot. So while that is going, we might as well wait for a few different things. I've right now got just a small apparatus, really small apparatus, to power up this energy cell. Currently we have about 5,000 megajoules stored up. Some of it went into the induction center. What did I say? Induction Center! Welcome to the Induction Center. This is going to be a merry, merry, happy day. Ha ha ha, and this just sucks. Okay, so we're going to only want 3 of these birch wood in here so that we have an even amount, so we can just pull all the creosote oil when we move that. And another thing that we're going to need to make is a backpack when we actually go on a mining expedition. I'm going to need to get quite a few more diamonds to be able to actually power the stuff that I need to, well, power. And we're going to want to make another mining age book. So we do have feathers. We're going to need to make a few more books. With all of the sugarcane that I have, we got a lot of stuff at our disposal, so we shouldn't have too hard of a time to actually get everything rolling. And I did, someone suggested trying to put a heater or a few next to a blast furnace and see what happened. I tried that, didn't get anything noteworthy, let's just say that. It didn't do much whatsoever. Okay, we're going to want to finish our last piece of bread, and might as well get this steak. I know, but I gotta free up my inventory. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to need 1 more battery, but we also want to make a lap pack. So if we look at the lap pack, these are a little advanced, and we might need a bit more than what we have currently to be able to do this. This stores 1,000,000 EU, but 300,000 should be sufficient. That requires a lot of lapis and an advanced circuit, so we're going to need 2 circuits, a total of 7 batteries, and a lot more copper cable than we currently have at our disposal. I've said disposal many times so far, haven't I? Yes, yes, yes I have. Okay, copper. Tin as well, and redstone. Okay, so we're going to first need to make a few more wires. I think 3 sets shall be good. There, there, and there. That'll be good. We're going to need to reconstruct our spinny thing. Yes, it's a spinny thing. We need to get our spinny thing all nice and ready. Yay! Okay, what am I doing? Okay, batteries are going to require tin, obviously. And we have just enough tin to do so. So 7 batteries. We're going to need to refine some of our iron. So let's get that. I think 3 refined iron 2. Let's go with 2. We'll figure out if we need any more afterwards. So 1 shall be good for now. So redstone, and make 1 single circuit for now. Here we go. And we're going to also, we have our 7 batteries, but we're also going to need 1 more thing to complete the set. We're going to need 1 of our electron tubes. I think we shall use an iron one. So iron electron tube with our steel, which is not readily at hand. Thank you. Away. Okay, steel. Here. 3 diamonds, 1 battery, and 1 electron tube. Gets our rock cutter. It doesn't have any power on it whatsoever, but we'll have a faster energy power thingamabobber later. Now also what we're going to need for the backpack is the back. Let's see. No, we don't. Okay, we just need a piece of tin. So tin with the batteries, the tin will hold everything together and it won't fall apart. Now to upgrade it, we're going to need quite a bit of lapis. Hopefully this is a sufficient amount, but we might be wrong on that front. So let's get our refined iron. Go over here. And where's that refined iron? Anyways, here, here, and here. We're going to need to combine this with even more redstone, lapis, and our glowstone. We got an advanced circuit, and now we're going to need to make 6 of these. So we have a sufficient amount, do we? I'm not seeing a lapis block. What? That just doesn't make a lick of sense. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And does this uncraft easily? No, we cannot uncraft lapis blocks, therefore they're no longer a storage material. And speaking of which, we do not have any more lapis, which is a pain in the keister, if you must know. But I do think we have 1 source of lapis down here. Let's check. Okay, going down. Okay, that was close. That would have been very dramatic and disastrous if I happened to die on camera in such a horrible way. Let me find some lapis. Okay, I managed to find 5 more pieces of lapis, so we have 1 extra to spare, only 1 single ore block, as if. Anyways, we'll throw that in the compressor. We're going to have to wait a bit of time to get that to, well, accept our offering, our humble offering, and our wonderful abode. At least we have some interesting things with which we can play around with later. For instance, we do have this energy cell, which is going to be a lot of giggles. Giggles and laughter. Laughter and giggles. And we also found an ender pearl. Managed to find 1 enderman in that entire cave system. I do not know why they are that non-affluent, etc. But there you are. So, I'll wait for this compressor to finish, then we can make our lap pack and actually start charging it. Okay, here we are. We have our nice lapis blocks, and we'll be able to upgrade our backpack with our lapis and our circuit into another more interesting lap pack. Now, unfortunately, this thing cannot be charged at all using a bat box, meaning it is not exactly the best form of storage, well, for low-tier energy cells such as this little thing right here. So what we're going to need to do is actually have a much better way to store things, such as an MFE. We actually managed, well, we do have some rubies and some redstone, and we should be able to set up an MFE together. Now we're going to actually need a bit more redstone, so I'm thinking another mining expedition may be in order, but probably first of all I should set up my mining age. Hopefully I can get something that is at a lower level than what I had before, and I'll put this in here for safekeeping. And also I want to charge up those fancy pants. It would be helpful. Okay, Let's see what this book can make. Okay, so I did a lot of age hopping, and I'm going to settle on this area to be my nice little quarry. It's a desert, so there's going to be a lot of rubies, I do believe, hopefully. If we take a look, there doesn't seem to be any decay, and it might be a good source of like low levels of oil. It'll be sufficient, I think. Now we don't have any wood, so what we're going to just want to do is just travel back to the overworld, save this, maybe put a plinth, or save another location because this is going to be our mining age. We're going to want it to be in our great area. So there, quarry age, we'll have this. Now we're going to need another book. A few books, probably. And we do have a good remaining amount of leather. So let's get this. And once I finish diddling with this, I'll be able to get everything else working pretty well. Okay, I think we're pretty much ready to migrate out of this area from the overworld. So we're going to take a bunch of this stuff. Hopefully we actually get most of it and not just lose a bunch of it to the random number generator. It seems we are good, and we also had a little dust. Now this thing itself, the bat box, doesn't have any energy, but we're going to take it anyways. And I just caved in my area. How delightful. Anyways, let's take this. And also, do we have that other refined iron block thingamabobber? We probably do not. Okay. Most of my raw ingredients are over there already, so we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. This is already sufficiently powered, so I think we're just going to take away these and take that off. We can power this later. Back over there, take this and that, maybe that, and this. Hopefully we didn't have anything in there. And this pulverizer, we might as well take and dump it in the chest, which we'll have. This stuff will keep running for now. We're not ready to move everything into our domain, but we should be able to have some stuff at least working for the time being. So let's see. We have our rare resources here. Let's put our tools and general machines into here for now so that we'll be able to find out what we'll need to work on. Okay, first of all, we're going to want to actually set up our macerators and etc. again with this time a better energy source. We had a bat box before, but we're going to want to make an MFE. So let's plant a few rubber saplings just so we are going to be able to have another source of rubber. We can go back to the overworld very easily, but I want to see if we can keep this age self-sufficient. That's probably the best policy. Now I want to have this in a ring, like an energy ring or whatnot, with this being the central room. Now obviously we can't enter it from that end, and we'll probably have something blocking that end. This won't be the main area to actually have stuff, so we'll probably want to start building stuff out this way. I'm not sure how big of a radius we're going to want to start, but I'll go out 20 and then we can start there. It'll probably be big enough then. 18, 19, 20. And this will be our entrance way into our domain. Ooh. Okay, so now that we have that, that is a far way off. A little too much? Probably. But we're going to expand this facility so that we have a lot of energy going between buildings and whatnot. Hopefully we have like one area for our energy room for this. Maybe we have some sort of buildcraft smelter so we can get that working. Induction smelter? No. Let's see. The induction? Nah, let's not worry about that. Let's actually work on our other stuff while we're getting stuff ready. Now, our generator will just hook up to our furnace or furnace, or just have our bat box in the interim of where we're going to have some stuff. We're going to need to water down this area so we have a nice clear space without all of this rubbish around everywhere. Take that rubbish. And of course the water is not spreading out in an exactly helpful area. So we'll probably have to do some of this by hand, but whatever. Putting glass in the interim. Okay, so we have another village over there for some reason. We might have to rectify that soon. So over here we're going to enter a room and we'll have a temporary energy network situated here. We'll probably want the energy to be stored behind the scenes, so we'll actually just place this behind here. And for now, the bat box will go here, but later there will be some transformers to get all the energy actually working. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go, and we'll just have one generator powering this for now. And obviously we're not going to have it working off of gold nuggets or meat because that'd just be a little awkward, but we'll have it running off of our energy that we might not even have brought with us. I guess not. Peat will be a little more renewable. So this will just be so that we can furnish our stuff with some refined iron. I think 4 shall be good. Let's refine some iron, and then we can replace that with an MFE. Okay, so the MFE is going to require a few things. It's going to require energy crystals and 2 times insulate. What the hell? It's going to require 2 times. Okay, that just scared me. I thought it's okay. Now that I got my faculties back in senses, we can actually craft them. So rubies we can use to make those energy crystals. So 4 shall be good, and obviously it cannot be crafted in a nice orderly way. Therefore we're going to have to just throw stuff on the ground because we're cool like that. So machine block here. We'll take the energy crystals and put them around here like so, and then we'll have our 2 times insulated cabling going like here. Now we have our MFE. Now unfortunately we do have some energy stored in here, but not for long. Whoops. And we cannot connect it directly to these cables. So let's put our dirt back. There we go. And what we're going to need is a transformer, a low voltage transformer. And also we're going to need a bit more of this gold as cables. Only 1, I believe, so let's get 1 of them insulated. And we'll place our MFE here. It should probably be a temporary location. We'll put a wire there just for safety, because sometimes it likes to be fickle. And then we're going to need to make a transformer. The basic transformer is pretty simple. It's only going to require 2 cables, some copper, and some wood. We got the wood. We're just going to need to grab the copper from our chest over here. And then fly over here, and then put all of it together. So copper and wood. Okay, let's try that again. Let's make the wood. There we go, Way. Nice and simple for you. Stop patronizing yourself. It's a little confusing. Okay, so we got our transformer. We'll be able to transform the energy. And once we start using this again, we'll be able to use the energy. Now we'll just place another machine here for now. Actually, 2 more machines, so as not to overexert ourselves with all the awesomeness that will be required. And because it's not blowing up, we can tell it doesn't really have power. That might be one reason it's not doing anything. Let's put a nice round 20 in there. What is that? Transformation power. Not very useful, but oh well. Okay, so this is going to take a bit of time to actually warm up to any degree. This is not the most efficient method of energy creation, but it's currently the only sane way to make any sort of industrial craft power. Eventually, we'll want a boiler of some sort, but we don't have anything like that anyways. So I'm gonna scout out like a nice size of room that we're going to want this. And I think also we'll want to make some smooth stone to make maybe some stone bricks to make some pretty stuff, because currently this is not exactly the prettiest. And then we might be able to get some sort of buildcraft energy storage area going. Okay, I think we pretty much have everything set. We have some raw resources so we can make some stuff. Of course, we're going to need to grab some wood, and we might need to make an automatic crafting bench when we're there. But oh well. Peat might be very good to get things going at least, and maybe a lever or two. Yes. Anyways, we're going to want to get a buildcraft, at least an energy system going so we can actually get some power with buildcraft going. A chicken is now in my buildcraft room. Who would have thunk it? Now I'm going to put, obviously I'm not too sure on how I'm going to envision everything, but we're going to want pretty much basically some machines that are using the redstone energy cell and some that are actually supplying energy to said cell. Now, one of the things that will be supplying it is an engine. We have one peat-fired engine, which we can use. Of course, it's also in one of our chests. We're going to need more than just this, apparently. If I'm going to be this lopsided or lack of mind, or I don't know what to say. Anyways, so to start off with, we're going to want to have our central energy cell. And we want an easy way to charge it. That will be pretty simple. We're just going to have some cabling going here, centered with one peat-fired engine. For now, we're going to have more serious forms of energy making later, but currently that is not feasible with the items that we have. Let's just throw in a lot of peat. Half of our peat. Should just did shift right click, but whatever. Power that on, and we'll have energy. Now this energy we're going to need to use to power all of our other things. So for instance, some of our main machines that will need it is the Magma Crucible, but also our pulverizer. So now the thing that's different with the thermal expansion machines compared to all of the stuff in industrial craft is the fact that you can easily automate stuff with all of these items. So for instance, the pulverizer you can put up with other things to make it a bit more awesome. Now the Magma Crucible, I think I'm going to have to hook up to the liquid transposer anyways, but we'll have just a temporary thing for now. Okay, so actually, we're probably going to want it to go one off, so let's shift click to get those back, one away, and then we'll have three things going out here like so. So first of all, we'll want our, let's see, our pulverizer will be one thing and our Magma Crucible will be another. Magma Crucible will be for the redstone, and we are going to need to power it up eventually. This stores 24,000. Currently this has about 28,000, so we're going to need to get a lot more energy than just this simple peat-fired engine. It's not really sufficient, but it'll do for now. Now I'm thinking we're going to want it to go to something else eventually, but another main machine we'll want to make is some non-thermal expansion stuff, but something else that uses buildcraft energy. Now I'm hoping it actually does connect together with it when I create it, because if it doesn't, it's just going to be a pain in the butt. The main thing we're going to want to make is the rolling machine. So the rolling machine is something that's going to be required in a lot of recipes with what's-its-face. Yes, let's call it what's-its-face. That's going to be very descriptive to everybody around here. forestry. So pretty much all of those awesome tanks will require the rolling machine and its myriad of recipes to get stuff going. Now, obviously, we're going to need some cobblestone, so I'll just hook back to get the cobblestone. But also, I have some redstone ore, which will need some, maybe pulverizing works. Let's see. Redstone. Can we make redstone through the pulverizer? Yes, we can. And is that the best way to do it? Let's see. Slag furnace. No. Macerator is the most efficient way to get the redstone out of this. So let's just macerate it, and we should be good to go. So macerating, we'll get some redstone. So while that's going, let's hop over, get some cobblestone, put them in a chest so that we have some actively available in this world. Now, I'm not too sure about the Magma Crucible, but I think it can directly pump out redstone into one of these tanks. So I'm just going to do an experimentation with redstone to see if that happens. Let's bump this up to 10 megajoules. So it'll put 10 megajoules per tick into there and put a single piece of redstone in. Let's see if it gets automatically ejected into it. It should. I'm not too sure. Okay, it actually can. So let's bump that back down. And now we do have some liquid redstone in the tank. So let's put a bit more in so it doesn't just spaz out on us, because it's going to be very odd. But at least this adds another liquid to our possible things that we can put in a tank. Ooh, this is going at a very fast rate. And that looks very odd. It looks like there happens to be a missing texture right now. Okay, so that's outputted. Now, rolling machine. That's what I was getting at. Okay, let's look at the rolling machines. Okay, it's going to require a piston. Well, 4 pistons. So quite a few pistons. And a crafting table. So let's get the crafting table. Get the pistons. And it won't require that, but it'll require this and some cobblestone that we managed to, let's just say, pick up. We'll leave it at that, because saying any more, let's just say I plead the fifth. I plead it. Please. I'm being a little over dramatic. Okay. Got a lot of energy here. I'm not sure how much this stores, but we'll soon find out. We'll need to turn this on for it to actually be able to send it. Now, the fun thing I love about this is the fact that it won't output any energy if machines cannot handle it. So, for instance, when this gets full and this can't accept any, and it's 500 megajoules. Wow, that's all? I'm surprised considering how much this can store. Anyways, if this cannot receive any more, it'll stop outputting. At least that's my theory, so we'll be able to see that soon enough. So it's going up to the top, and now it's at its max. And this is, wow, it's actually outputting energy. That's not helpful. Okay, come on. Unless it's not receiving any energy, which would not be good at all. Hello? Hello? Is there any energy? Did I break stew? You're sending out 1 megajoule a tick, so why aren't you receiving anything? Let's get you. You have nothing. Let's place you. Oh, derp. Derp. Now you're receiving stuff, so if we put that out, it's still sending energy unneededly. That's a little depressing. I'm not sure why that is. This isn't using any energy. Maybe it's not as smart as I thought it was. But at least it's variable, so could work. Maybe if I do shift click. Nope. Right click. Right clicks. Right click works. Anyways, moving onwards to more interesting stuff, we can... How much does the rolling machine require? 1 moment. Okay, the rolling machine can basically take up to 5 megajoules a tick. So that's not too bad. This monster can take up to 20, so considering it's not that bad. Okay, so we're going to want to make some tanks eventually, so we might as well get that recipe stored and make some of the stuff. So let's have that going. And it looks like it was pumping energy into this pipe. Obviously, because this is not outputting any energy, yet it still has energy. So maybe it's the pipe similar to capacitor. So I want to do an experiment, see how long that lasts. It'll just be wasting a bit of heat if it does manage to be that it's, kind of very wasteful. These pipes probably can store a certain amount and then it'll just stop outputting. But we'll see how that goes. It's probably going to be incorrect in my theory, but we'll learn soon enough if that actually can start climbing again. So put it to 1 megajoule a tick, it should stay constant. If it raises significantly above 500, we should be good to go. Now, what type of machine will we need? We are also going to need a squeezer. So a squeezer we'll need to make for our apiaries, but another thing we'll need is a carpenter for our apiaries. We do have a carpenter, and I think we're going to need some more stuff for the squeezer. We're going to need to macerate some more of our tin and put it in a furnace to get all of the tin, etc., 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 and etc. And then we can actually start some of our bee stuff. There are a bunch of bees way off in the distance. For instance, there's some meadows over there. Another thing we can do is eventually we're going to need to get some more diamonds. There's no doubt about that. So I'm going to need to go out on my lonesome shiver and, well, I can store up some energy in my lap pack, so that shouldn't be too bad. I can go on a very extended mining voyage. He knew what was coming. And do stuff like that. So let's just put some more of that in there. Why not? And lap pack? No. What was I doing? Yes, maceration. Maceration for the nation. Woohoo. Those blue clouds are really growing on me. Now, so that I'm not completely scatterbrained, I should probably make our other stuff that we were planning to do. We were doing tin. We're going to need the carpenter. So did I bring that with me? Most likely not. So let's go grab our carpenter. That'll be simple. Carpenter, why is it always night when I happen to come here? It's like it's wanting me to die. I mean, come on, seriously? It's just no fun. Let's get our excess seeds, because we're going to need... Whoa, that's a lot of them. Okay. And then with this and a bunch of extra logs, which we might as well bring with us. So logs over here. That'll be sufficient. And if I get my bearings correct, we can go back into our domain and get away from these nasties. Home, sweet home. Not getting attacked. I miss that feeling. Okay, so because that feeling cannot continue forever, we should place down our carpenter and our other things. How is this? Okay, so our capacitor idea was correct. This is not outputting any more energy. So that's good. We can just keep that at some sort of maximum like so, but we're going to need to place our carpenter anyways. This, we're going to want to turn off this side just in case we don't want anything to go in here, and this will start taking up some of the energy that this is giving. Let's give like a good healthy max of 50. There we go. So this will suck up some of the energy. We're going to need some more energy for our other thing that we were going to create, which is the squeezer. We'll squeeze a bunch of our seeds into oil so we can actually get that working. We do have a lot of smooth stone, and we can use all this smooth stone to make something nice. I'm not sure how I want to style it quite yet, though I will have a lot of free time to do some fun stuff later when I have the chance. Okay, so we want to also turn all of this wood into some charcoal so we can get that working as well. This is not quite enough tin, we just need one more, and why is that ball going around me? I don't like balls going that close to my head. Anyways, going away from the weird, we can make our bronze, our sturdy casing, and combine it like so to make that. Okay, one moment, I want to get that rid of. Okay, run away! You're gonna follow me everywhere, aren't you? Okay, now that that ball is gone, I might get a few messages that, hey, you have updated. You might, or need to update, whatever. Okay. Redstone cabling, let's put these down as well because we're going to need to get those. Might sap some of the energy from this, but oh well. Hey, you need to keep going. Okay, that's a lot better. Now place our squeezer down. It'll have some reserve, I'm sure, but we can put this in and we'll get a lot of seed oil. Now this is going to go at a very fast rate because of this. That's actually very good. So we can keep that going. We'll have a lot of seed oil. Now we're going to need to get this out. So either we can get some waterproofing and a redstone engine, or we can go the lazy route and then just get a bunch of tin capsules to do our dirty work. I think that is probably the best way to do things because, like I said, laziness, and we can get that going. Now our carpenter is going to require logs as well to get our apiary. So let's check the recipe for the apiary. The apiary is going to require the impregnated casings, which requires a lot of logs and some seed oil in the carpenter. We'll have some better solution than just this monstrosity later. Oh, that escalated rather quickly. Yeah, I think just leaving 3 shall be good. Okay, we'll leave that going. We'll get the stuff out of there. There we go. And now we're going to need to refuel this thing eventually. It's gonna take quite a bit of energy, I'm sure. Anyways, throw this seed oil in. We'll at least make 3 apiaries to start. Where's my wood? There we go. So making the recipe like so, and we'll only want 3 of them. So like so. That'll take a bit of effort to get, so let's get the other casings that will be required. So let's see, 4, 5. Good. There, and we're going to need 1 more log. There. Not the right place. Okay, we got 2 impregnated casings. Let's wait for the entire thing. Why be lazy? Laziness in this case doesn't solve anything. Okay, waiting. And let's just throw a bit more redstone in just for fun. Haha, 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 gimme. Okay, carpenter is almost ready. Give me. Gimme. There we go. We got our final impregnated casing. We can just combine it easily with all of the wood that we managed to accumulate. Like so. And we got 3 apiaries with us. Now we're going to need to get some bees to actually do bee breeding, but I think that will be an easy task considering I see 2 hives right now, and I think that will be simple enough to get. So those 2 hives, and we'll want to try to get some bee breeding, and in fact we want to get those steadfast bees also into some sort of breedable condition. Let's see, pulverizer we won't need yet, and those. Now I want to I think this might be a good place to wrap up. We're going to want to place these down at least. I can get a few apiaries down. Let's put them here for now. I'll get those down at least. We can find some good way to actually get all the resources required. Probably some proven frames will be the best bet, but obviously we're going to need to get some emeralds to be able to do that, and that's going to take a bit of effort. Let's leave this to actually power up a bit, and we're going to need some better engines than the peat-fired engines. I'm thinking eventually we'll probably have some cycle to pretty much take the tree farm that we'll eventually have in this world, harvest all the logs, turn them into charcoal, and have some burning boiler. Yes, a boiler will probably be the best bet, which means we'll need more raw resources to do so. Raw. So I think I'll charge my lap pack, and then we should be done with this episode. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. I'm gonna need a better doorway than this. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.